First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
List to the outside, it's Sermon.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. This one out quickly to Watkins. And he's got some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Henry running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your big.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On second down, another shot for Sermon. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Looking to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On third down, here's Sermon. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Eagles 3, Lions nothing.
Second and 20. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to third down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it.
A gain of 3. It's fourth down.
On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. And the Lions have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
A first down carry for Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And able to get him inside the 5 here. Just inside the 5 to about the 4. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Sermon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Trey Sermon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
First down and much more for Henry. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Buying time to his left. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Bulldozes past him. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Throwing is Hurts. Now he's forced out right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
Zero.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. 10th carry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And some strong running. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Touchdown!
Quez Watkins
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
A give for Sermon running right.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going to try and throw. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. He'll buy some time right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out,
he's got him in, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Henry. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 57 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Henry. And some room to maneuver.
It don't even matter.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They run once more with Sermon.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw here. He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play, because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
They go play action with Hurts. Reagor catches it left side.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Henry.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 21st touchdown of the season. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
A gain of 3.
Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's a 2nd and 7. Dancing to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Again, it's Sermon. And Sermon is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
They'll run for it. Sermon.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10.
And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here.
That'll be caught. It's Rager.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry shedding the tackle. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Henry again on 2nd down.
Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
127 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Henry. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hurts.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop